Welcome back to the garage here at Basin Motorsports. Today I'm going to quickly show you how to take off a set of custom tire letters. So in order to take off these custom tire letters, what I'm using for tools is going to be a small pair of pliers, a small trim tool that's got a metal and it's got a rounded tip, and then I've also got a plastic scraper, which is also a trim tool, typically used for interior pieces to take them off. Alright, in order to do this pretty easily, first I'm going to use the metal trim tip. Now I did note that this does have a rounded tip in order to prevent scratching either the wheel or the car itself. Anything with a sharp, you risk either cutting or poking the wheel, or you can cut and chip your paint or vinyl wrap. In order to do this, all the simple things to do is just find an edge underneath one of the letters and just kind of use a tip to kind of pry up on it. Now just prying on the edge, what you'll find is that you can get in here with a piece and just kind of work the trim piece in under the letter and help pull it up. Now the more aggressive you were with the adhesive in the first installation, the harder they're going to be to come off. So you can just continue to work it till the letter comes off. Now a lot of times they are going to tear, so at that point you can use your pliers, grip onto the letter itself, and just kind of pull away. Now, a lot of these bigger block letters are going to come off in bigger pieces that you're going to find there, but a lot of times they're not going to come off in one big chunk. So as I've been working through this on each little piece, you can kind of just work this up underneath and then pull with the pliers themselves. You could just grip the base, just kind of peel with the pliers off all the way around. Now once you have everything off, you're going to find that you'll probably have a little bit of adhesive left here, and you might even have a little piece of the tire letters left. You can just use a flat scraper, and again this is plastic so it won't mar the wheel, it won't scuff the paint if I get up in there, or the vinyl wrap, and I can just take this and just kind of scrape along that way, getting the adhesive off. Very simple, just kind of a tedious process to get it done. Now once you have all of these off here, these fine details will be a little bit more difficult to get off, especially with just the pliers and that, but take your time. They'll come off in little pieces, and once you get to the end, you'll kind of have just little chunks here, but you'll have kind of a pile here of everything coming off into pieces. And well, these are going to be the permanent ones, and they're really not really meant to be recyclable or reusable. They're probably a one-time use only, especially if you use a lot of adhesive on the first install. Alright, so now once you have everything taken off and scraped off with your plastic trim scraper, at that point it should be pretty well clean. Now if you find that you have more either rubber left over from the letters themselves or adhesive on here that you actually care for, you can take some sandpaper, go over it by hand. Something like a 60 or 80 grit does a pretty good job. Just be careful not to scratch your wheels. So you may want to take a couple layers of blue painter's tape, just cover the edge of the wheel, that way you don't scratch it with the sandpaper itself, and then you can just kind of sand the wheels off till you get to the point you want to leave them at and have everything done. Now point on, you can just use some tire shine, kind of give it a uniform covering there, and the tires look out pretty good when they're done. Again, it's not very hard to do all this stuff, it just takes a little bit of time to take them all off. Tools, remember it's going to be a trim tool or something with a rounded edge you can pry with, small pair of pliers, and then a plastic scraper. Really, that's all you're using for. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching from Basin Motorsports. See you next time.